Many of the climate change gurus have been, well, they've been hard to find over the last few months. But guess what appeared in the New York Times today? It was an op-ed piece written by none other than Albert Gore Jr., King Rat of the climate change movement. And it is entitled, "We Can't Wish Away Climate Change." Mr. Gore opined in the New York Times, "It would be an enormous relief if the recent attacks on the science of global warming actually indicated that we do not face an unimaginable calamity, requiring large-scale preventative measures to protect human civilization as we know it. Of course, we would still need to deal with national security risks, and we would still trail China in the race to develop smart grids, fast trains, solar power, wind, geothermal, and other renewable sources of energy, the most important sources of jobs in the 21st century. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? But what a burden would be lifted. We would no longer have to worry that our grandchildren would one day look back on us as a criminal generation that had selfishly and blithely ignored clear warnings that their fate was in our hands. I, for one, genuinely wish that the climate crisis were an illusion. But unfortunately, the reality of the danger we are courting has not been changed by the discovery of at least 2 minor mistakes in the thousands of pages of careful scientific work by the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. Now, email messages that were stolen from the University of East Anglia in Britain, they showed that scientists, besieged by an onslaught of hostile make-work demands from climate skeptics, may not have adequately followed the requirements of the British Freedom of Information Law, but the scientific enterprise will never be completely free of mistakes. What is important is that the overwhelming consensus on global warming remains unchanged. January was seen as unusually cold in much of the United States. Yet, from a global perspective, it was the second hottest January since surface temperatures were first measured 130 years ago. The last 10 years, friends, were the hottest decades since modern records have been kept. The heavy snowfalls this month, scientists have long pointed out that warmer global temperatures have been increasing the rate of evaporation from oceans, putting significantly more moisture into the atmosphere, thus causing heavier downfalls of both rain and snow. How about that? Almost all of the ice-covered regions of the earth are melting, and seas are rising. The seasonal predictability of rainfall and temperatures is being disrupted, posing serious threats to agriculture, and the rates of species extinction is accelerating to dangerous levels, at which point someone had to just come and grab Al and just drag him away from the word processor and put an ice pack on his head and say, "Al, please calm down." Anyway, how did we get that audio? You're very impressive as a producer. I mean, nobody had this audio. This just appeared today. Amazing work.